Need to feel alive. I need to rise. People want it easy. That's not my style. I need to feel alive. I need to rise. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ashish Behel. Welcome to Happiness for KM. And in the continuing series of Happiness Champions, we have Mohan Rao today, based out of Bombay. We've been around for about over a year, and during that 1 year, we meet incredible people like Mohan. And he's very kindly agreed to do this video with us. What we are going to be discussing today is from a rider's point of view, which is Mohan. What are the rides which are, very attractive to do? Short rides, long rides, places to eat, and places to shop. For gear, as simple as that. Over to you, Mohan.
Uh, the interests, differ with with age. So for people like me who are in the third gear of our 5-speed gearbox of life, our interests are a little bit different.
Okay.
I've tried to list out 3 rides which I would prefer to do.
Sure.
The first one would be a trip to Lavasa. Why I say Lavasa is because 10 years ago, I was in Lavasa on this day and had a great time. It's run into problems with NPAs and stuff like that. But the local businesses which are there, they still work. I made a call this morning to some of them. Times are around the corner.
Okay.
Lavasa, in fact, is the first planned hill city of India.
Yes.
And it's supposed to, or it's styled Portofino of Italy, also called the Venice of India.
Okay.
So it's sad to see it stuck in financial troubles. But then, as riders can always help the people who have set up stores there, visit them, have a look at the place. It's a beautiful place to be in. The promenade, especially in the evenings, it was wonderful. So I would like to go there again, and meet all those guys whom I met long back, and then see how things are now. So it's like, for us, it's a journey of, looking at the petrol prices go from 10 rupees a liter to 100 rupees a liter today.
Over 100.
Yeah, over 100. So then and now is always interesting for me. So that's one of the reasons why I would love to go to Lavasa.
Okay, fantastic point.
Second ride, I would like to go to Nashik to see the vineyards of Nashik.
Got it.
I mean, wine in India is taken on big time.
Yep.
And I would love to go and visit the vineyards. A lot of them are there, Grovers and Sulas. So that's one ride I would love to have. You also go through Igatpuri for that ride. So that would be a route I would love to take.
Okay.
So basically these also today, I would love to go and do some moto camping.
Oh, lovely.
And I believe that, Pavna Lake here, which is within 100 kilometers of Mumbai, is a good place where you have campsites. The infrastructure is there for people to set up camps. It's not really camping in the wilderness. So you have some kind of infrastructure already there. So you could have your camping night out, your barbecue, your campfire and stuff like that, while you're biking and, traveling in and around Mumbai.
If I was to jump in very quickly, between Lavasa, Nashik, and Pavna Lake, I've been to all 3, but I would want to hear your perspective on it. Is as a rider, and as a rider, in the current 2021, which is the ride that will excite you the most and why?
I would like to do the Nashik vineyards trip as well as Igatpuri.
Okay.
I've been an off-roader for the last 10 years. That's primarily on 4x4s.
Okay.
In Bangalore. And I would love to go and see the place in Igatpuri, which is run by Mahindras, where they do training for off-roaders.
Yes.
Because that was the first one of its kind in India. So I would love to see that as well, along with the vineyards of Nashik. So that would be my top one trip coming up, kind of.
Okay, got it. And if you were to do a slightly longer ride ex-Mumbai, longer defined as 300 to 500 or more, then where would you like to go?
See, just like Ladakh is to the North Indians and the Northeast guys, and Sikkim is to the Northeast guys, maybe Kanyakumari for the southern guys. For people in the West, I mean, Goa is the place to go.
Correct.
And I would like to go through the Malwan coast, the entire Malwan coast, hitting the city of Malwan, and then going. So the route less traveled, but going along the coast, also touch Alibag on the way, and then end up in Goa. I mean, that would be my long ride, number one.
Oh, lovely.
That is towards the south. Long ride number two would be to go up to the Kutch. The toughest I would feel in terms of a rider wearing his gear and in the heat.
Yes.
So one is to enjoy sub-zero temperatures in the north. Other is to go to the Kutch in the heat of summer, probably, and see how much you can take. Obviously, with all precautions and stuff like that, that we don't dehydrate ourselves. But that would be an experience too.
Fantastic. So I'm sure it happens with you as well. Most of the riders we meet, invariably are foodies to an extent. Now, on the rides that you mentioned, whether it's the short ride or the long rides, any standout food places that you might, like to share with the rest of the riders? Because usually what happens on rides is you invariably need to eat. But you also need to make up time, etc. So a lot of times we just don't know where to go. So we end up choosing the wrong places and then regretting it later.
Ashish, for as a traveler, anything would do. I mean, I think we develop guts of steel, so we eat anything and anywhere.
True.
So not really any particular place. In Mumbai, I would be happy with my vada pav.
Okay.
At any point of time. And whenever I'm on the coast, any seafood outlet would be fine for me. So really, I can't recommend much to people, or look at food destinations or places to stop by.
Any standout place that is like, if tomorrow riders were doing Nashik or Lavasa or Pavna Lake or Goa or Kutch, any place that you can think of which would say that, guys, if you haven't stopped here, your ride is not complete, that kind of place?
Yes, it would depend on the route, because one of the things that us riders do is look at local cuisines and restaurants which specialize in that, and then put it maybe in the back of your mind that if you are here in that region, try the local cuisine there and then move forward. So just I don't have a name as of now without the route, but if you give me a route, then I will plan one and I can maybe tell you, or I would do my research and make sure that I have those kind of cuisine at that place, and then make my route more interesting.
So we'll connect offline on food. So you having spent a fair time in Bombay and in Bangalore, and since you do off-roading and biking, where do you pick up your gear from? When I say pick up gear, it's usually where you would get a lot of variety, or you would get somebody kind enough to either offer a discount or be negotiable. Because as riders, like you very correctly mentioned, if you have to ride to Kutch, you maybe you'll need a different riding jacket, or which is not so warm. But if you are riding to Nashik, and especially during the winter months, it does get a little nippy there. So where do you pick up your stuff from, and any recommendations that you might have?
So Ashish, I have visited a couple of stores here in Mumbai. I do observe a lot. I spend a lot of time with them, and the ones which come to my mind are mostly owned by people who are riders themselves,
Sure.
because they give you the best experience.
Absolutely.
And they really help you out. In the last 1 month, I've been to 2 places which I found where the owners were very much interested. They understand the rider mentality. They take the extra effort in giving you gear, trying, helping you try them on.
Sure.
Last week I was in Bangalore, so I was at Art of Motors with Zoeb.
No, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he was fondly, recollecting your interaction and how the first few handlebars were sent to you for your Interceptor, and that you wanted it in chrome, and he was giving powder coated black and stuff like that. Did you eventually end up with a chrome handlebar, or was it powder coated one?
I used the chrome one for about 25,000 kilometers. Now I have the black one.
Okay. So, and then he went through the whole paces of, how he developed 5 different designs and tested them out himself, and then arrived at the present handle which is there. So I spent half a day with him, and it was such a, the conversation was fantastic. And the attention to detail which he would which he would give to all the bikes that were being prepared for long rides from Bangalore all the way for Ladakh.
And so fantastic. Humble, in spite of being, a celebrity in his own right. So humble.
Yeah. True. So somebody like that, really attracts me. I really don't expect a discount also from them, because I think they price their products well, and they're giving you very good value for money.
So Bombay, any similar place that you visited?
In Powai, I met Tiger Call. He runs his store called Tiger Moto.
Okay.
He's such a guy that he would help you put on your gloves, maybe 3-4 different kinds of gloves, get you to sit on your bike, check whether your nails are hitting the glove or not, and make sure that the fitment is perfect. He would spend half an hour to 45 minutes just fitting out your gloves.
Awesome.
So and when somebody does that, he's paying so much attention to your comfort. So I just bought some riding pants from him, because I ride the Interceptor. So I thought we should have riding pants at least. And a tank bag from him and stuff. But the attention, I won't really measure him on how he interacts with me, but how he interacts with a guy who doesn't buy anything from his store, and he would give them equal attention, and that's something very hard to come by.
Got it.
So in Mumbai, Tiger Moto in Powai would be the place I would go to for my gear.
So Mohan, thank you so much for sharing these details, and they really help lots of riders. So what are future plans? Any long rides coming up on your Interceptor, or, where are you planning to ride next?
Ashish, as an engineer, or why I actually became engineer was the love for machines. So I have had the Bullet cast iron engine 350 25 years back. I've just shared some pictures with you, which is quite old, and then the Machismo and the Interceptor. I am now kitting out the Interceptor to my riding style and my comfort. So once that is done, then yes, the question comes, where do I ride next? We were having some conversations on Spiti, so that would be on my agenda, definitely. Maybe the Interceptor is not meant for it, but let's see. You have done it, so that gives me encouragement that maybe I can try that too.
Yes, of course you can. See, Interceptor is a very versatile bike. It's just that, as you very rightly said, some places are not meant for it, but that's how it is. So fantastic, Mohan. So really wonderful speaking to you. And, if you already sent me the pictures, great. Otherwise, just mail them to me, please. To all our viewers, hope you enjoyed this video. Just to remind you, we are with Mohan Rao from Mumbai on the episode Happiness Champions, and we'll be bringing more such episodes to you. Please wish Mohan all the best, and in case you are in Mumbai and you need some help, or you need some advice, do reach out to Mohan. His time depending and his convenience, he will surely help you. Thank you so much, Mohan. Oh, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Ashish. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.